It was a good week. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. We're actually going to start on the EU side of things today because they knocked it out of the park. Look at this Circus G. What a unique, trippy paint job this thing has. But if you didn't notice, the pickguard is perfectly reversed. So where the body is green, the pickguard is blue, and vice versa. And it looks like they got the lines very close every single time, and I could appreciate that. But on top of that, they threw a zebra bucker in there just for fun, gave you the golden knobs, top hat in style naturally, and we've got acrylic block inlays and a rosewood fretboard. So what does that mean? It started life as one of these bad boys, the Captain Kirk Douglas SG Custom. So that means you actually have an additional route underneath that pickguard, and you could restore it back to 3 pickups if you really wanted to. Because this is the only SG to feature the block inlays in a long time with the rosewood fretboard. It's a Gibson USA product though, not custom shop. So that right there makes it really cool because it looks like a custom shop. But then I was really surprised to see a silver back and neck, and oh my goodness, I'm just seeing this for the first time. You've got a stripe-head stinger. Let's just say if that was in the USA collection, I probably would have bought that and kept it. Because this just looks wonderfully fantastic and a little bit crazy. It's a full-on gloss refinish, none of this satin stuff. And check out that side profile shot. It works incredibly well because it matches the chrome of everything else. But that wasn't the only fun thing. We've got Wasabi Yatada. What a wonderful phrase. So this one's like a baby pea puke green color. Maybe not my favorite, but it's interesting. It's a 1 pickup Les Paul custom with the Les Paul Jr. style layout for your controls, but yet you still get the ABR1 bridge, stop bar tailpiece. Probably threw one of those double cream 57 classics in it for fun. But hey, I just noticed this has got the Super 400 inlays. But as far as the headstock, it's just your regular custom peghead veneer. But I hope you like your greens because that's the color on the back as well. And it was named Destroyed Serial 130. But looking at these more candid shots, it looks like this finish might have a flip-flop effect to it, where it goes from like a darker pea green to like a lighter lime. I don't really eat wasabi, so I don't look at this and go, yeah, hot stuff. But then they follow it up with Ruby Sparkle. If you needed something a little bit more traditional, you gotta get Dorothy over here to get her nice shoes. That is quite the nice one. I would like that for Christmas episodes. Super boisterously sparkly, but you've got the aging to the knobs. Looks like it's a regular custom, so you get the Nashville style bridge done up in gold, but yet they took the covers off the pickups. They gave you a blindingly matching headstock. And oh ho ho ho, nice. Black edge, that pops so good and complements your black uncovered pickups. But then the back of the guitar is still red, but the neck is a matching black. You get the super ultra duper pointy stinger on the back. That's also the sparkle red. But did you see they gave you a randomly sparkly gold toggle switch plate? Ooh, that's unfortunate spots for chips though. I don't know about you guys, but I think that one was pretty cool, all things considered. And here's another signature model masquerading as something else. The oddly named Peanut Sparkle. Well, this is a rather strange ad. This computer literally just heard me say peanut butter, and now I'm getting ads for peanut butter. No, I'm trying to show my old episode here. There we go. Started life as one of these, the Gibson USA Tony Iommi Monkey SG. You can tell because of the surrounds and the wrap tail piece. Gibson hasn't made anything like that, other than these in a while. But no, this time it's like a orangish brown color, I guess you could say. I do like how dark the fretboard is. And they threw one of them vibrola plates on it just for good measure to make it look fancy. But the face of the headstock confirms this was a satin refinish. Our peanut butter has suddenly turned into honey. That finish definitely looks way different in the bright lighting. And then lastly, they had Aqua Sparkle 339. Easily the least exciting one of the week, but it's not too bad. It's just a nice aqua green. They threw a Bigsby B5. They gave you the Vibramate as the spoiler system. However, this looks like the version that you actually drill into the top. It wouldn't be convertible back the other way. But you got the small block inlays with the regular headstock. And the back is a completely matching hue. But now let's see what the USA was up to. Surprise, they had cool stuff too. 59 reissue 355. I was tempted to pick this up for a review and documentation. So check this out. It's Silver Burst. You don't find that too often, but I don't think I have ever seen an Alnico 5 staple pickup in one of these bad boys. So basically they took a 54 Custom and threw it into a 355, which is fantastic. And then instead of a bridge P90, they decided to throw the humbucker in. But I like it because it's like putting a whole spotlight on the center of the guitar. It's almost like it didn't have a neck pickup. The first time I saw it, I just thought it didn't. It's a shame they didn't do like an old-timey Gibson logo on it, but at least it's still a reissue style. But sure enough, they matched the burst on the back of the neck and body, likely the sides as well. And if you missed it, gave you black tuner tips. And for more optical illusion fun, we got Cyberfunk. It's a 50 standard, but with a whole bunch of lines drawn on it. It reminds me of the airbrushed US ones that Gibson had that O'Connor guy do in the late 80s. This one's always been my favorite. But besides our really outgoing finish, what else is this thing offering us?
Nothing.
It's just natural. But you know what? On a guitar like that, sometimes that's the best choice. But here was an interesting 54 reissue in Waren Aqua. That's got a really nice top to it. Love the use of cream plastics. Matches really well with the binding as well as the inlays. No pickguard was a fantastic option. And hey, usually 54s don't have really flamey tops, but you know what? They probably were going to cover this over because of this giant mineral streak right there. But it is a true 54 reissue with that wrap tail. And sure enough, we got the low logo, but they put the junior style tuners on it. And it looks like this is number 164. They chose to pair it with a red back, okay. But here's one that sold quickly, Red Glint Gloss Les Paul Supreme. So at first glance, it's some sort of a red burst, but oh, okay. I see why somebody bought it now, I didn't see that. It's got interesting binding going on. Like it has a white, black, and then a red black layer. We can see it a little bit more clearly here on the headstock. They basically just colored that in-between layer red. That must have took a lot of masking to do. I mean, they had to do that to color in our chandelier here as well. They've done that in the past. I think that's a really cool touch. But we have not seen them play around with the binding before. In this particular manner, anyway. But the back is just black. Then they created candy green in an SG special. I could have swore that title said satin in it, but that is definitely a gloss finish on the front. A dull finish isn't going to be that shiny on the edge. But that's another good Christmassy color. And yeah, sure enough, on the back, I thought maybe it'd be satin back here, but that looks gloss to me. Maybe it's just like a really polished satin, but not quite a full gloss, because that's almost what this was looking like. But cool, they upgraded you to a custom shop case. And down here it says it's a P90R and P90H pickup. So I believe those are of the hum canceling variety. And then there was red flame top, offered at $2,700. It's exactly what it says, kind of an orangish red flame top with a really rosy looking fretboard. And your typical dark cherry stained back. But this is quite the unusual 59 reissue, Sky Blue Sparkle. Most bursts are a burst color, and if they're not a burst color, they at least still have a flame top, so very gutsy move to do a sparkle blue over top of that, but it's nice, it gives you something different to choose from. No pickguard, really dark rosewood board, with what looks like a red tinted lacquer headstock? Perhaps they did that as a nod to the red back? That'd be my best guess anyways, but that is some really nice tight wood grain on the back, which is nice when the top grain got covered over. The top finish looks rather cratery though, with all the big large glitter flake. But if you're thirsty, there was Frosty Chai Metallic. I like this one because it reminds me of the old Gold Burst finish. It is like a ringer for it, and you get the aged lacquer on top of it. So they took a gold top and they just gave it a burst is what happened here. If you want more evidence of that, here's the natural back. But now we've got more eggplants here being regal. For $3,500, you got it on a 335, but it looks like they threw Dirty Fingers in there as a throwback to the 70s, but they've got their double-poked covers and a matching dark aubergine back. But then you can crank it up a bit with Indigo Sparkle Prism on a 61 Gibson USA SG. Now, whenever they say prism, that usually means color shifting, and you can definitely see it. It goes from like this blue color here, and then there's purple kind of striped in with it. The white plastics really pops that, and then the golden knobs and switch tip match with the gold everything else. What I find kind of odd though is this is all on the same plane here. Like I can understand if the edge looked a little bit different, but the fact that you've got purple here and there, but yet it's blue makes me think it might be kind of like candy cane striped and you're just going to get that effect at all angles. But they did paint our backplate on top of all this. I bet this one would be pretty cool in person. And they do have an alternative title, Prismatic Indiglow, Come on, guys, that was way better than that. So not a shabby week at all. Now let's see how the Gibson USA demo shop did because the other two are still on vacation. We had a nice Slash Jessica. I mean, if you're gonna go for the whole 3-piece top thing in the modern era because Slashes is like that, you might as well get some cool wood grain, and I would say that one definitely fits that category. I especially like the ringiness over here. But as far as the back, very tight wood grain, 2-piece body. This Rick Biato is cut down to $15.99. I saved this one because this side of the body has like really open porous wood grain, whereas this one was a little bit closed. So it gives you kind of a interesting look. Interesting good, interesting bad, I'll leave that up to the future buyer. Then we don't see these every day. One of the Jerry Cantrell songwriters. There was one of the old tribute satin iced tea Les Pauls. This is another one where I just thought the wood grain was nice. Super ringy, has a lot of character, and freckling mineral deposits. This would look really great if you were to dress it up with binding, make it a custom, but these do have the maple neck. They also had another one of these. So there must have been a small run of these Silverburst specials for like some dealer or someone. If I remember correctly, I think that other one was still in the demo shop. Yes, it is, but our new one is a slightly lower price. Our next one I clicked on because I thought it was one of the Elvis models. Nah, it's one of those Hummingbird Customs. That's Hummingbirdless. I still have that J45 Custom if anybody wants a deal on it. Feel free to reach out. But now we've got this looking like one of the old-time classics. But no, it's a standard 60s in a new ebony finish with the gold hardware. But I probably wouldn't have shared this one if it wasn't for the back. Look at that. Usually the darker streaks in the wood grain aren't that bold. But you have it not only in this piece, here and there, but also a little bit in like these scratching areas here. Someone picked up one of the ebony 80s Explorers, and they also offered one of the 80s classic whites. But then check out this fuchsia top. It's got the vertical cross hatching of your flame pattern with the grain. Yeah, that one would probably look pretty sweet in person, even on the neck and the back. And then lastly tonight, one of the new ES Supremes. If you're wondering why I haven't talked about these yet, it's because I've been waiting for mine to come in. We will see the review this week. It's supposed to ship on Monday. However, I did not go for Blueberry Burst. I went for my other favorite. But if anybody's in the market for one of these new ones, feel free to reach out if you would like to pre-order my review pieces. That's right, with an S. Alright, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Take care.